In this short video, I just want to introduce the MBA course. When you open your Canvas page, of course, you'll see the title of the course and any announcements that I maybe have recently sent. If you scroll down a little bit on that front page, you'll see a little welcome um, and a little description of what the course is all about. There's also a section where you can see how to register for MindTap, which is the third-party software that I use for these courses. In that third-party software is where you will find an e-text or the textbook that you can use for the class. You will also find the quizzes, the homework, and the Excel projects that we'll be doing for the general content of the course. So you can watch these videos. It will tell you how to register for the class. As a second task for the very beginning of this course, I would like you to complete this short survey that will let us know your intentions of taking or completing the concentrations or the tracks at the end of the MBA program. So currently, at the end of our MBA program, all students will have an opportunity to take, currently there are 4 different tracks. You could take a track in finance, you could take a track in management, data analytics, and in healthcare management. So if you complete this short survey, it will give us some indication of how we need to staff those classes when they come up at the end of your program. If you click on the Start Here link here, you'll see it tells you that you can go and review the syllabus. Now, on the front page here is how you will navigate your way through the courses. So you'll notice there are 8 topics here that we follow. And as we go through this list, right, we will be completing each one of these each week of the course. So if you click on this first link, Introduction to Managerial Finance, that entire block sends you to the front page. So here we are on the first page of the topics. So as we scroll down, as we just give you a real quick look here, as we scroll down, you see how the course is set up, divided by the chapters. So this first week, and an introduction into the course itself, tell you a little bit about what we're going to do this first week. There are then a series of Excel worksheets. Now I've completed these templates to assist you in doing projects, helping with maybe homework problems. There are videos that I provide trails to in YouTube. I have a YouTube library that will help you solve problems and understand how to work these Excel spreadsheets. We'll also be doing some extensive Excel work in the actual homework assignments. And we'll talk about those as in a second. The learning objectives each week, I'll tell you a little bit about what are the things, what are we trying to accomplish this week? What are the basic guidelines or tools that you'll get from this particular week? Each week starts with a discussion question. My discussion questions sometimes relate to finance in general, but quite frankly, deal a lot more with general business kinds of concepts, maybe some personal finance ideas for you to think about. So they're not strictly oriented straight to the course itself. Every week there'll be some projects that we do. Sometimes there'll be just one project, which is a group project that you work on. I'll talk about that here in another video coming out very quickly. And sometimes there'll be some Excel types of things that you'll be asked to complete as well. For the if it's a face-to-face class, then there'll be some lecture notes here that will help you understand what we're going to talk about in class. And then we start with the actual materials. So what you'll notice is what? There is a YouTube lecture video link here. If you click on that link, it will take you to my YouTube library for this.
But there's been some times when we really struggled. That's when you really find out what the.
And if you look on the right-hand side here, here are all the chapters for this course material. So you know, identified by the chapter themselves. Now, some of these chapters are there, and some of them are not. Most of them are here. I do notice here, chapter 9. I've decided that we're not going to do chapter 9 anymore. But as you get towards the end of the course, you'll find other videos popping up at the end to give you a lecture, if you will, for each chapter. What you'll also notice is that sometimes the chapters do not have are in sections, right? So the chapters are pretty big, the lectures. So you'll notice here chapter 1 is actually in 2 different parts. So again, that's where you'll go to find those lecture notes, if you will. So let's go back now. So then next there'll be, it says read chapter 1. This will send you to the Excel or the Cengage site, where that's where you can read the textbook. Now, I don't know how familiar you are with e-textbooks. What I would suggest you do is download the PowerPoint that I'll show you here in a second. Open it in notes format. And if you don't know how to do that, maybe ask somebody in your group how to do that. And then as I was reading the book, I would take notes in those in that PowerPoint, and so that you can ultimately, in the end, come back and study for the homework, quizzes, etc. The next thing here is actually that PowerPoint that I just talked about. If you click on the right link here, you'll notice here in a second something's going to fly up here. You saw it there. That flies up. It tells you it's in your download box. You can click on that and open that PowerPoint. For chapter 1, for all chapters, there'll be several assignments, but in this case, there's one. It's called chapter 1 assignment. Now, the assignments, this is just the way the software is set up. The assignments are essentially quizzes. Every chapter will have a quiz. Every chapter will have some homework. Most chapters will also have an Excel project to do. Again, we'll talk about that here in a second. So if you click on this chapter 1 assignment, it would take you to the MindTap section, and then you would be able to work on the homework there. Now, if you notice here, there's something called Mini Case 1. So it's an individual project. So if you click on the right link here, click here, again, you'll see it pop up over there. Here's the mini case. If you open that mini case, you will find, again, it's a couple of pages. If you enable the editing here, sometimes it will say up here that it's a read only. If it says read only, you may have to save it, but generally it will just open and you answer the question. So here it gives you a little scenario, and then you answer these questions. So this is an individual. This mini case is individual. So again, there's probably 5 or 6, 7 questions here that it asks you for an answer, right? Describe what this question is. Give me some information about this particular question, if you will. Excuse me. Once you've completed that, then you will upload it. When you upload it, you'll just upload it. It says submit. It will submit that document to me. Then we'll do chapter 2. Same things. Read. You can watch the videos. I suggest you always watch the videos before you read. Here's the PowerPoint for chapter 2. Then we go down. We see Chapter 2 has end of chapter problems. Again, you'll open these problems. You click on it, so it loads it up in another window. Wait for it to open here. And then you'll just answer these questions. Click on once. Now you'll notice you have 3 attempts. Look down at the bottom. It says you're going to keep the highest score. So however many times you want to do this, up to 3 times, you can answer these questions throughout the week. Keep in mind, though, everything is due Sunday of next week. So Sunday night at midnight, Eastern Standard Time, Thomas More time, the time stops. These are all set up that if you need extra time, you can take an extra 7 days, but you'll get a 5% penalty for anything that you answer after the due date. So Sunday is the due date. You must be done by then. If something comes up you can't get finished, you have an extra 7, but a penalty of 5%. Now, let's say you answered all these questions except for the last 2. These were all done by the Sunday. If you want to do these 2, you can do them after the due date. Those are the only 2 that will be penalized for being late. Hopefully that makes some sense. So finish everything you can before Sunday night. If you need a little extra time, the penalty will only be assessed to those things that you have not completed by Sunday night. Go back again. Sorry, I want to go back. There is an Excel online activity for almost every chapter. There's something we're going to be doing in Excel. If you go to this Excel online activity, I've set these up very purposefully. If you are not very skilled in Excel, by the time you're done with this class, you should have some pretty good skills. So how are you going to do this? Here's a spreadsheet. If you open this spreadsheet, it is the problem. But if you look up here, there's a video. If you click on this video, whoops, I'm sorry, I missed it. If you click on the video, it's going to work you through this problem. So it's going to go step by step how to do the problem. Again, it talks you through the whole thing, gives you keystrokes, etc. So I think this is a great way.
Sales, we have total assets.
So I think it's a great way. So let me, I want to click out of this. So what I would do if I were you is I would come back here. I would open this spreadsheet because this is where you're going to follow that. And I would do keystroke by keystroke of how to do this. I think the easiest way to do this, quite frankly, is if you had maybe another laptop, or if you had a desktop and you're working on a laptop, or maybe if you had an iPad on the side. That way you can run the iPad on the side, follow those keystrokes, and then complete this assignment, because down here is where you're going to need to put the formulas, etc. So again, if you need some extra assistance, certainly I'm available, but I think this video is going to help you understand how to do these assignments. And again, of course, there's always going to be an end of chapter assignment. So the next thing I would like you to do, if you scroll up, you're going to find some videos about projects. We're going to do a project, and I'm going to say that for the very next video.